Okay, so we're going to jump into test 1, problem 8. So why don't you pause the video and read the problem to yourself before we begin. Okay, so there are two ways that you can do this problem. The easiest is to use what's right in front of you. They give you a graph to be able to use. So let's read the question and see how they want us to use the graph. When points A and B, -3, 4, are graphed in the standard xy coordinate plane below, the midpoint of AB will be 1, 2. What will the coordinates of point A be? Okay, so we're trying to find the coordinates of point A. So I went ahead and drew both of our points. We have point B, -3, +4, and the midpoint 1, 2. Now, the midpoint is basically just the exact middle point of two other points. So we need to see how far away are these 2 points. So from B to the midpoint, you go down 2. So -2 in the x direction. So we also need to go down -2 from the midpoint to get to point A. So if we go down 2 from the midpoint, we know that we're going to be on the x-axis. All right, now we need to figure out how far we go from B to the midpoint in the y direction. So we go over 4 in the y direction. So if we look at our midpoint and we go down 2 and over 4, we get point B. Just kidding, point A. So now we have found point A. So we need to know the coordinates of A. So we go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the x direction, and it's on the x-axis, so y is 0. So the coordinates for A are 5, 0. And that's how you do it using a picture. Okay, so now we know how to do it drawing a picture. Another way to do it, for those of you that are more math people than visual, you like the numbers, here's the formula for midpoint. So, midpoint will be the average of the x values of point A and point B, comma, the average of the y values of point A, point B. So because we have the coordinates for point B, we can plug those in, and we can plug in the midpoint that we already know is 1, 2. So, if we plug those in, then what we get is XA, which we're solving for, plus XB, which if we look very quickly is -3, over 2, because again we're finding the average of the x coordinates. We're solving for YA, so we leave that. But we know YB. YB is +4. So now we're going to break this apart into 2 equations so that we can solve for XA and YA separately. So first, we want to solve for XA. So we set 1, because that's the x value of the midpoint, equal to the x part of our coordinates over here, and XA plus -3 over 2. That's our first equation. Second equation, we're going to set 2, the y value of the midpoint, equal to YA plus 4 over 2. So if we erase this, we can solve first for XA. So we multiply by 2 on both sides. 2 equals XA plus -3. Now if we add 3 on both sides, those cancel. We get 5 equals XA. Okay, so we found XA. Now we need to solve for YA. So first thing we do is we multiply by 2 to get rid of this 2 here. And those cancel. Multiply by 2 over here. We get 4 equals YA plus 4. If we subtract 4, those cancel. Subtract 4 on this side. We get 0 equals YA. So if we put these 2 together, we get XA YA equals 5 0. And we get the same answer that we would have gotten if we had drawn a picture.